Boom. At number 15, HasanAbi Piker. Hasan Piker 33 has gained legions of fans from his multi-hour streams, expletive lace, sometimes controversial breakdowns of current political events, satirical comments he made about Representative Dan Crenshaw managed to piss off both sides, and won him collabs with everyone from AOC to Valkyrie. Oh, so yeah, I got Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone ranks Hasan the Hun as number 15 most influential creator of 2024. Hasan Piker has gained legions of fans from his multi-hour streams, expletive lace, sometimes controversial breakdowns of current political events. Here's the full list. We have the full list right here. I retweeted that earlier today, and we'll obviously cover that article. But yeah, Rolling Stones, they put out a list, 25 most influential creators of 2024. And I was on this list. When we decided that our second annual most influential creators list would be ranked, we had to grapple with a highly subjective question. What does it mean to have influence? It's not just about who's getting sponsorships. It's about having people look up to you. Follow and comment on your posts. Engage with and share your content. And truly care what you have to say, for better or for worse. To pick our list, the Rolling Stone staff debated, asked creators across the spectrum from fashion to comedy, food, travel to nominate their favorites, and reviewed data from Creator IQ, an enterprise influencer marketing platform that tracks the hard numbers. After going through more than 500 individual nominees, evaluating them based on engagement rate, growth, and peer interaction, follower count, and our own gut feelings about each one, we present 2024's most influential creators. Now, I don't really know a lot of the people on here. There's a lot of TikTokers out here. Like most of these content creators are TikTokers, I think. Some of you guys might know. I'm shocked that Speed wasn't on it. Like, I think that was a bit of a snub. I think RDC is like far too high up on the list. Like number 19 is crazy. I mean, these guys are... Maybe I am personally a little biased, but I do think that it's like wild. What is it? Reed Weeby? What did he say? RDC is huge, bro. That's what I'm saying. I think it's too high up. I think RDC World should be like closer. Like, like it shouldn't be 19. It should be in the top 10 is what I'm saying. As in it's too low. It's like ranked too low. As in the number should be lower on the list. Tony Bravo, TikTok, LA-based beauty creator. My goats, Omar Hirsch show got a shout out on this list. It made me very happy. Love those boys. They're actually going through some very hard times right now. Obviously they are documenting their daily experiences during genocide, which is so crazy. And they haven't been able to, they haven't really been able to put out that much content. I talked to them. They're wonderful people. Omar Sharid and Mohammed Harzallah are both 19. We're two friends who had just started university where Israel began last October. After months of violence, the duo began documenting their daily routine in the war zone in April. Within 3 months, they amassed more than 1.6 million Instagram followers. Sharid and Harzallah have shared a perspective that no other media outlet would be able to offer, recording the smallest details of how civilians adapt and survive. They figure out a way to work out, make protein, like make high protein foods, and I love them. One of them, they're great. I mean, they're just kids. They're just teenagers, man. They're regular ass teenagers who happen to be experiencing a genocide. That's what's so crazy about it. I specifically talked to Omar quite a bit. He once drew me as well. I think I showed you guys before. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Hold on. There it is. I will enlist in the Coconut Army. That's my archive. I don't know why it's like... Why does it skip like random? Oh, here it is. Let me show you here. This is just a straight up. No, nothing. It's not. Nothing is leaking. Chat, calm down. But yeah, they're wonderful dudes. How is the non-Houthi shiploader guy doing? I'm not sure. I don't talk to him as much. I thought Muslim people don't believe in drawing people, or am I being stupid, brother? I'm gonna take what you just said as a sincere lack of knowledge. Okay. Normally, this would be considered a microaggression. Okay. Normally, this would be considered a microaggression. Let me tell you something, okay? But it's fine. This is one of those moments. This is an educational moment for you, okay? Nobody, and I mean nobody on the planet, okay, follows the rules of any particular religion to a T. So, in a moment like this, okay, you should consider, do Christians, because I suspect you are one, or like even if you're an atheist, you're like probably an American, right? No, I was told by a Muslim friend. That's why I asked to learn. Thank you. Okay, great. So here's the thing. No, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Technically, in the original rules of Islam, you are not supposed to be drawing not only the Prophet Muhammad, you can't draw that. still to this day, and people do take that very seriously. But you're not supposed to draw human beings. That's true. Okay. Having said that, there's not any representational art in Islam. But having said that, also, men are not supposed to wear gold, for example. But many Muslim men do. It doesn't really matter. What do I mean by this? Okay. What do I mean by this? He's not wrong. Strict Sharia doesn't allow it. It doesn't matter because most people's experience with religion is deeply personal, and not a single person actually follows every rule to a T. So if you can't comprehend it, like if you don't know enough about Islam or the practicers of Islam, the followers of Islam, then think about it in the same exact way from your own personal experience with Christianity, right? The laws of Allah don't matter. No, the interpretation of said laws are very different for every single human being. So think about it always. This is something that I try to explain to people. If you don't know a certain culture, if you don't understand a certain culture that's far away, that you've only seen on television or whatever, try to think about it in the same exact framework that you think about your own culture, because most people are very similar. So in terms of like Christianity, for example, you're not supposed to eat shellfish, but everybody does, right? Everybody does. It would be akin, for me, it would be akin to asking you, like, if I never knew anything about like America, if I grew up in Turkey, and I was like, wait, you guys don't eat any shellfish, right? Like, it's religious, right? Like, it's against your religion. It would be as silly as asking a question like that. Most people do not follow these rules because they're arbitrary, they're silly, and also, most people don't even know it in general. Okay? It was during early Islam, and it was an advice, not a command. Otherwise, Muslim Shia art would be highly controversial. These days is frowned upon, but the worry at the early stage is to go against, yes, exactly. The reasoning for it was to go against paganist traditions, because in the region, there was a lot of paganist traditions, specifically, I guess, like idolatry, right? Like there were a lot of like religious idols, and they wanted to nip that in the bud. Don't call them silly. I mean, it's a silly rule overall, I think. That's my own personal opinion on it. It's not silly to ask people those questions. It's completely fine. It's how you ask those questions. Yeah, that's why I didn't yell at that person, and I explained it to him. Another one is like not listening to music. You know what I mean? All right, let's continue. Even rules in the Quran are still obviously not fully followed, just like rules in Christianity are not fully followed. So if you don't know a culture, just think about it from your own framework and be like, well, a lot of Christians don't follow a lot of the rules in Christianity, so I suspect the similar thing happens in Islam as well. That's it. Anyway, number 16, my goat, Wisdom, Nigerian American fashion creator, dubbed the best dressed guy on TikTok by Vogue. There was a lot of friends of mine on here. Like, this is a crazy string of content creators. You got Omar Hertz, you got Wisdom, who I love as well. Boom, at number 15, HasanAbi Piker. Hasan Piker 33 has gained legions of fans from his multi-hour streams, expletive lace, sometimes controversial breakdowns of current political events, satirical comments he made about Representative Dan Crenshaw managed to piss off both sides, and won him collabs with everyone from AOC to Valkyrie. I've always been of the mindset if a person online is showing positive values, then that's a pretty positive way of trying to get others to copy that behavior, he says. That's what I try to do. Now, this was like a 30-minute interview I gave to them, and that's the one quote that they picked from it. But what I was trying to say in this video, or in this interview, was basically that I think there's a lot of cynicism online. I think there's a lot of people like showcasing bad behavior, or maybe even like sometimes making fun of marginalized communities and whatnot. And my goal is to show people that it is cool to actually be understanding of marginalized communities and not to bully people. Not to bully people and like lead by showing, by experiencing, by being the person that I think others should also be like. That's why the top of the hour ad break is important, because it breaks people's minds, where I show you that at the top of the hour there's a 3-minute ad break, and I remind you that it's, even if it's a lead by example, exactly, where I tell you that there's a 3-minute ad break, and if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $6 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Here is the 3-minute ad break now. Okay. Sir, your clock is broken. I know. Jake Shane, Octopus Lover, is number 14. Don't know who this guy is. Drewski's at number 13. Plastique Tiara I'm a content creator before a drag queen. At number 11, they put an Italian man on here, which made this entire list awful, in my opinion. Okay. This, I call in the question the veracity. Okay. I call in the question whether or not this is a compromised list or not. It makes me feel like it's a compromised list because when you put an Italian man up here so high, it's like our boy Melon got 11th place. Theo Vaughn at 10th place. Wide-reaching viewership speaks to his comedic authority, but the self-declared white trash creator, 44, which I did not know he was 44 until like yesterday, by the way, which is crazy to me that like he is 44 years old. He does not look 44 at all. Keith Lee, my GOAT, TikTok's preeminent food critic. Keith Lee, he's phenomenal. I don't know who Alix Earle is, but it seems like she's popping. Pokimane at number 7. Number 6, Alan Chicken Chow. Don't know who this guy is either. Duke Dennis at number 5, The Glaze Must End. Number 4, Nara Smith. Number 3, Mr. Beast. Kind of controversial to slot him in here right now, but hey, you know, you got to do what you got to. I mean, it is true. He is still a very influential person. Number 2, Rhett and Link. This was kind of shocking to me. I didn't know they were popping like that still, but I guess they are. And also, number 1 is Kai Cenat, which makes sense. I probably would have put Speed on here as well. I think he's like one of the most influential. But yeah, Tulsi Gabbard endorses Donald Trump for president. Wow, I'm color me surprised. You're not going to worship a photo, so it's fine. What are you talking about? But yeah, that's it. All right, let's move on. What is this? My wife loves Alix Earle. She also dates former University of Miami wide receiver and current wide receiver for the Dolphins, Braxton Berrios. What is this, bro? Oh my God. Why would you send this to me, chatters? What the fuck is wrong with you? We got to get to the news, my man. No thoughts, just Dua Lipa twerking. She's also getting canceled right now. For what? Not throwing it back hard enough? Like, what do you mean? Or not? I mean, she is. So I don't even know. How can someone with this video be canceled? Like, Alix Earle made some comments. Oh, she got exposed for tweets and using the N-word. Oh, okay. She trademarked her braces comments to strike people down talking about it. What braces? Wait, what? I thought you were talking about Dua Lipa. I was like, she will never be canceled. Like, she posts a video like this, it's over. You know what I mean? She copyrighted her saying the N-word to avoid. Wait, what? What the? Not Dua Lipa. We're talking about Alix Earle, chat. This lady. Apparently, she was like, apparently a famous white woman on TikTok, okay, says some trash in the past, which is probably the least shocking thing of all time. Okay. That's what I'm finding out about. She copyrighted it and sending lawyers after people who talk about it. So apparently Alix Earle's lawyers have trademarked her. I don't know if this is real, man. This seems insane. To prevent people from discussing them online, I find it so confusing how differently people react to scandals depending on how likable they consider the influence would be. With Brooke, she was rightfully called out by so many people. She has permanently damaged her image, a lot of fans, myself included. I don't doubt that she will have a decent amount of supporters. However, it seems like a lot of people held her responsible. But with Alix, it feels like everything is always being swept under the rug. Let's not forget she was posting MAGA content in 2020. If people hate Brooke so much for posting MAGA content in 2016, why do they not keep the same energy with Alix, who did way more recently? Also, Brooke at least attempted to give a half-assed apology video, whereas Alix only made a comment on TikTok along the lines of, guys, I know Trump is not cool. I don't support him anymore. Not the exact words, but something like that. Very unserious. It just seems like people pick and choose who they want to hold accountable. The reason so many influencers feel comfortable being raised is because they know they can get away with it. I just wish Alix's supporters would at least try to hold her accountable, similar to how the cancel community and others have been doing with Brooke. Is real. She has sent a couple podcasts cease and desist. Yeah, I don't know who this person is, but you can't really do that. Like, there's no, like, that's not like a real thing that you can do. Millionaire Gen Z influencer Alix Earle under fire after alleged post with racial slurs resurface. Like, how can't you do that if you do commentary? No, you just can't do that. Like, you can't DMCA people for like things that you've said. Apparently she was 13 when she made the post. That's also crazy. Like, why didn't she just say I was 13? Like, that makes it so much more, like, it's ridiculous that a 13-year-old with their baby ass is just being, okay? Like, it says a lot about how, like, social conditioning works, okay? But, like, how the f is a baby on social media saying the N-word? Like, you dumbass baby. What's wrong with you? Brooke was 13, not Alix. Bro, these people are not more influential than you. Why are you accepting this slander? I'm just happy to be acknowledged, honestly. I don't really give a shit if I'm, like, lower on the rankings than other people. Who cares, bro? Honestly. Live your life. I'm pretty sure I heard this other stuff about 2019 was in 2019 about Alix Earle social media hit by claim she used the N-word 10 years ago. Decades old post resurfaced this week. Yeah, she would be, if it's 10 years ago and if she's 23 years old, that would literally mean that she was 13. Okay. That is what that means, for the record. Like, it's not just like, oh, 10 years ago it was a different time or whatever, but it's like, obviously it was still unacceptable back then. It's just that, you know, she was 13 years old, bro. What the? It's wild that she's sending lawyers after people instead of being like, I was 13, guys. Like, screenshots published on Reddit in 2022 purport to show user Alix Earle answering questions in formally Q&A style. In response to one anonymous question from June 25th, 2014 that asked, why did you say bye-bye Annie? Alix Earle purportedly responded, take a joke, N-word. Another question from June 28th, 2014, which vaguely asked with who, presumably a follow-up to a previous inquiry, she responded, my N-word. If Earle published those posts, she would have been 13 years old at the time. What the? I'm not sure you can even consent to allow platforms to save your data at that age. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who this woman is, but like this is a ridiculous story that she is objectively making more ridiculous by reacting this way. Okay? What does accountable even mean here? What are we going to do? Memory wipe her teenage years? I don't know. It's like, it's one of these situations where I just like literally don't care about this person at all. And now the only thing I know about them is that they said the N-word when they were 13. Okay. And it's like, yeah, okay. It's just weird. It's just a weird circumstance because it's like, okay, sure. When she was 13, she said the N-word. Like, what do we do? Just take responsibility. Be like, yeah, it was up. Like, I don't get it. You might take a hit. Some people are going to be like, yeah, I don't with you anymore. Lol, bro, you have to be the most one-sided political commentator in existence. Dog, I'm a political commentator. What the f do you mean? What do you want me to do? Be like, Nazis, on the other hand, have some valid opinions? Like, what are you talking about? Of course I'm one-sided. Everyone is one-sided, stupid. You're also one-sided. Okay? The only difference is I at least admit that I'm biased. Okay? I tell you what my biases are. No one is one-sided. Okay, man. So which one is it? Is no one is one-sided, or am I one-sided but I'm the only one? How'd that work? Bro forgot his previous comment. How does this work? Anyway, let's continue. It's understandable for her age, but still not cool. Black people don't get to experience childhood without being exposed to racial slurs. We should stop normalizing the white kid rite of passage to the N-word online. No, there is no rite of passage. Like, I'm simply stating that, like, at a certain point, it's like, what are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? You got to look at, like, people's experiences, what they've said, and what they say now. If she's still saying it, well, that's different. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do in the situation. Like, they're doing it on their own, buddy. We aren't raising these kids. Yeah. After black people, the next most N-word using demographic is white children 13-ish and under. It's not shocking. Yeah. You will never make me not think it's funny. You can get mad at me. You can write think pieces. You can do TikTok videos. But like getting upset that a most likely white woman was when she was 13 because she said the N-word is like okay, this is the least shocking event. This is literally not a a man bites dog, but a dog bites man moment. You know what I mean? Alert the presses. That's crazy. What's next, bro? Are you gonna say like a dude that like a Latino dude that grew up in East LA said the N-word? Oh my God, bro, stop. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop the presses. This is crazy. Anyway. Call the police. Yeah, do with a do with the Edgar cuz said the N-word. Halt. Okay. So the IDubbbz back in 2010. Yeah, like IDubbbz is a great example of someone who like, you know, did the maximum amount of you could do in that field and then like, you know, openly recognized that it was horrific and made amends, like took ownership over it, changed. He changed privately first and then he publicly actually came out and made a statement and stuff. And that was 2017, not 2010. What are you guys talking about? IDubbbz N-word defense video? No, that's what I'm saying. Like he literally did something worse. And it was a N-word with a hard R too. Like I'm saying he literally did something worse and he took ownership over it and changed and like recognized it. Like he did the maximum amount. Like that's what I'm saying. So like it's entirely dependent on like who, and he was much older. He wasn't 13. Damn, black and brown kids have to endure when white kids say this. Wow. I mean, yeah, this doesn't change that dynamic at all. Anyway, this is a very stupid conversation. I should have never even opened it up. I just like I don't care. I'm sorry.